Hey everybody, yeah, welcome to episode 10 of the Clanker Chronicles. My name is Sean, aka Smarshall. Well, we're up to double figures now, and I thought we'd have to do something special. And what's more special than our pets? Yes, we're going to take a look at the world of petbots. Casio, probably the most famous watchmaker in the world, also makes companion pet robots. This is the Casio Mouflon, and it is a small furry emotional support robot. Its personality will change depending on how you treat it. Give it a lot of attention and love and it will become calmer and more attached. Ignore it and it will feel anxious and withdrawn. It learns this behavior over time, and Casio says it's about 50 days for it to fully find its personality, with millions of combinations possible. It does also learn the owner's voice, so it can recognize when it's you and start reacting. It's not voice recognition, it can't respond to commands, it's just your voice print. It costs around $429, which is quite a lot for a hamster, but at least you don't have to clean up after it. Then we have the Luna, a cute-looking wheeled petbot, which is a bit more of a dog-alien mix. This is more interactive and playful rather than the Mouflon Snugglebot. LCD animated eyes, motorized ears, and a tilting body on 4 wheels. It can map a room with its camera and 3D time-of-flight depth sensor, can avoid obstacles and follow people. Can even play fetch and do some tricks, then return to its dock when it's done. There is a microphone and it has some chat capability. The app has a remote monitor and there's also a little coding tool for kids. Battery only lasts around 2 hours with active use and is currently priced at $500. The Mars Cat from Elephant Robotics looks as weird as the name. This is a much more technically capable robot with 16 servos, and it is roughly the size of a small cat. It is meant to act on its own, walk, sit, stretch, knead, sleep, and play with the ball. It's also designed not to always obey, just like a cat, which I thought was pretty hilarious. Touch sensors on its head, chin and back, so you can give it a good scratch and it will meow and gesture its appreciation. Personality will grow and shift with you how you treat it. Interestingly, it uses a Raspberry Pi 3, so it's pretty open to tinkering and extension. About 3 hours of battery life and available in white, black, grey and ginger. Priced at $1,200, it is pretty steep, but that is if you can find one, as it's only really available in China. I bet many of you were wondering if this little guy would feature. The Sony Aibo was the first serious commercial attempt at a robot pet. This broke onto the scene in June 1999 and became a highly desired product overnight. It was not cheap though, which limited its success. At $2,500 back then, or around $4,000 in today's money, you'd have to really be committed to your Clanker pets. This is the ERS 1000 model and it is the latest evolution in the line. It has 22 degrees of freedom for a more adaptable movement and much smoother actuation than its predecessor. It also has OLED eyes now, which help with expression and can seek you out and follow you around. This model is nearing its end of life. In June 2026, Sony announced that the sale of the current model will end when the current stock runs out. Sony has not yet commented on another model, but it has said that Aibo business will continue. Cloud subscriptions are available and still working. Given the massive increased interest in robotics at the moment, I would expect to see a new model perhaps by the end of the year. The Groove X Lovot is a Japanese family robot. It's a soft, warm penguin Teletubby hybrid, and it is built to be hugged and seek attention. Nearly half a meter tall and 4.5 kilograms, it has some weight and size to it, so you should be able to give it a decent cuddle. Interestingly, it deliberately uses the heat from its onboard computer to warm up the body, so it's not cold to the touch. Runtime is extremely short at 45 minutes, then 40 minutes back on the Nest to charge. Internet is required for cloud updates and app or diary monitoring. Priced at around $4,000 and then the subscription on top, this is not a casual purchase. It is mainly sold in Japan with a small presence in China. Designed by Jim Henson's Creature Shop to look like an 8 to 10 week old lab, Jenny from Tombot is about the closest you can get to a real looking pet at the moment. The CEO of the company started the business after his mother's Alzheimer's diagnosis. She could no longer care for her real dogs, and the CEO wanted something that could still provide some companionship for her. The claimed runtime is around 12 hours, which seems possible. The dog cannot walk around like other robots as it's meant to be seated, which saves on power. It is designed as a lapdog and will blink, nuzzle, wag its tail, open its mouth and respond to touch. Tombot raised $7 million in June 2026 to start manufacturing and has a waiting list of over 20,000. Priced at around $1,500 and first shipments are expected in the fall. Université de Sherbrooke Createch Lab have released some footage of a drone that can land on all sorts of odd surfaces. Here they are landing on a steep slippery slope of an iceberg at quite an angle. It has claw-like microspines that deploy, allowing it to dig in for more grip. They previously demonstrated their drone landing on a moving truck, also landing on a very steep gradient of 60 degrees. This would allow them to park the drone during difficult tasks like iceberg and glacial monitoring. It is just a research prototype from the university lab, but this could be a real product for the right market. At the El Camino Health, Heart and Vascular Institute, surgeons are now performing coronary artery bypass grafting, or CABG, on patients using robots. They used Intuitive Surgical's Da Vinci robotic system to perform the operation. Dr. Nels Carroll was doing it for the first time, and he has more than 10 years of experience with robotic surgery, so they were in good hands. Usually this sort of heart surgery requires you to open up the chest cavity, which creates a massive wound for the patient and a long recovery time. Now though, they can perform the whole surgery through keyholes in between the ribs, and the patient can be up the next day, with release after a few days rather than weeks in recovery. The robots have 3D cameras, haptic feedback, and various instruments with 7 degrees of freedom. They can be teleoperated, usually with a surgeon in the same room, but it is possible to do so from the other side of the world. No doubt we will be seeing a lot more of this in the future. Unichem have acquired Lumia, which produces a smart, flexible skin for robotics. The skin has built-in circuitry and is stretchable and drapeable, so it can be formed onto all sorts of surface shapes. It allows for tactile skin sensing and also pressure sensors to know where and how much pressure is being applied. These smart skins will be essential in robotics as it gives the robot more awareness about the people and environment around it. Lumia is a company founded by Stanford graduate Madison Maxey in 2014. Unichem is a South Korean chemicals company looking to expand their portfolio and purchase Lumia for around $6 million, which seems a bargain price given the potential market. Unichem say they want to integrate 50 years of leather processing infrastructure with Lumia's ultra-thin, flexible LEL technology, so they seem a good fit to help take the product to the next level. Unitree have released a video of one of their robots doing a standing jump of over 2 meters or 6.5 feet. You can see it doing so here. Unitree say there is a lot of room for improvement too, so it could go even higher. They have nicknamed it Superman, and it can not only jump, but it can also run very fast. They claim it's faster than Usain Bolt and able to reach speeds of 45.6 kilometers an hour or 28.3 miles an hour. That claim is not official though, it is only a company promo video. But that does lead us on to our next story. The World Humanoid Robot Games is taking place this weekend in Beijing. It is the second time the games are being held, and it's solely for robots to compete against each other. This year there are 666 teams competing, and there are 16 countries involved, including the USA. There are the usual events like 100 meters, 400 meters, long jump, football and table tennis. And there are also some more unusual ones like hotel service and emergency rescue. Yes, robots are going to be competing to see who can make a bed quicker, or who is best at saving you from a burning building. No cash prizes, but there are medals and bragging rights for the whole year. These games are quite unique. There isn't another one like it, and I think it's a brilliant innovation that will help push the boundaries of robotics. And there we have it, the current state of play for RoboPets. There's not nearly as many products as there are for humanoids, so this is very much an underserved market at the moment. If you think how much time and money we throw at our own pets, this is very much a segment that has a lot of potential for growth. What do you think? Have you got a RoboPet? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're there, also remember to please like and subscribe. That really helps us out. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you later. Cheers. And there we have it, the current state of play for RoboPets. This is... forgotten my lines already.